All right, and to tell us more about Hot Topics, this new teen talk show hangout space, Janita Smith and Lindsay Elliott from Therapeutic Recreation. Ladies, thank you so much for, well, coming on Community Connections and sharing what you're doing with our audience, number one, and number two, for what it is that you're doing for the youth in our region. We really appreciate it. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thanks for having us, Sam.
Thanks for having us, Sam.
Absolutely. Well, why don't we just start with a quick introduction? Tell us a little bit about the two of you and what you do at Therapeutic Recreation and about this Hot Topics online show that y'all started.
Sounds good. I can go first.
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Okay. All right. Hi, everyone. My name is Lindsay Elliott. I am a program manager for Therapeutic Recreation Services. So we provide programs for individuals with special needs, whether that's a mental disability, physical, cognitive. Lately, because of COVID, we've been doing a lot of virtual programming and it's been great. So we've done programs for preschool, youth, as well as adults. So that's a little about what I do.
Hey guys, I'm Janita. I've been with Therapeutic Rec for about 3.5 years now. I run the mentoring program called Fairfax Family for Kids. It's a mentoring program for foster care kids and for kinship care kids. And like Lindsay said, due to COVID, we've kind of all been working together. So I've been helping out with regional services, also with some of their programming. And also I'm finally getting a chance to actually work in my own department and do some TR programming. And I'm actually doing the preschool program with Lindsay on Tuesday. So excited about that.
Wow, you ladies are busy. How do you find time to do this new teen project?
This has really taken a lot of time, but because we really believe in it, we've been making the time. Sam, we've been working evenings. We work throughout the day talking about this. Sometimes, we're working till 8 or 9 o'clock at night, having later meetings because that's when it can accommodate everyone.
Right.
And thank goodness everybody's really invested in it. So because they believe in it and we're actually having a good time, we have a great staff. We don't mind it.
Well,
to add to that,
go ahead, Lindsay.
It doesn't really feel like we don't notice that time is passing. You know, we're on the call for 2 hours and then it's like, oh, you know what? It's 9 o'clock now. I got to go back to my life. So it's definitely been a joy. It doesn't feel like work.
That's outstanding. Well, tell us exactly what Hot Topics is. Tell us about the format of it and the genesis of it. How did this come about and why?
Janita, I'll let you speak on that.
So with my program.
Go ahead, Janita.
Okay. So with my program, once we became virtual, it became a little difficult to engage with the teens in my program. My program goes from 12 to 21. So it became hard to engage with them. Like we typically have activities on Saturday mornings. And I was noticing that we weren't getting a lot of participation. And we also noticed that over the summertime, the teens, that population didn't really want to log on to the activities. And we were also seeing that in the fall. So I was like, how can we get kids to engage more? And I actually reached out to Lindsay. I said, hey, would you be willing to help me out with this idea I want to do? I want to do like a TV show for teens. I'm not sure what I want to call it. Not really sure of the format, but just want to do something. So we talked, we mentioned it to our supervisor, Sandy. And then we thought of people from regions that would be great at assisting us with this, because there are some really great people in NCS that have really great energy, that are really great with working with teens. And we just talked to them. We started having meetings, and this started in July. And from meeting with other people and getting input from them, we decided it's going to still be a show that's going to be team directed, but we're going to help to guide it. So we wanted to have topics that the kids were going to be invested in, topics that they were going to be interested in, they wanted to talk about, not things that we came up with. Mm-hmm. So we also have a group of teen ambassadors. We actually have a meeting later on tonight with them to make sure we're ready for Thursday. These teen ambassadors, they kind of help us to drive the conversation when things are lacking or when other kids are quiet. They're going to be the ones to keep people going. They're the ones that actually came up with the name Hot Topics. It wasn't us. We actually had some names, but they didn't vote on our names. So they didn't pick our staff name. So they actually went with Hot Topics. So we really want the youth to be in charge of it. Lindsay came up with an amazing flyer. It's eye-catching, it's colorful. So that's going to pull kids in too. But in talking with staff, they all really believe in this idea. And the teens were really into it too, especially the relationship topic, which is going to be our first topic this Thursday. So Lindsay can attest to it. She's been at every meeting.
Well, that was going to be my next
email. So
that was going to be my next question. I've got another interview that I got to get to. So this is just going to be a quick introduction to your project. So I wanted our audience to meet you, and then you can give out your contact information. And Lindsay, let's talk a little bit about the hot topics. So we'll give you the floor real quick, and then we'll take this out. Janita, thank you so much. Lindsay, tell us a little bit about some of the topics that the kids want to talk about.
Sure, yeah. Like Janita said, we have a great group of youth ambassadors put together, and we've been meeting with them as well as some of the regional services staff to just kind of get an idea of what youth and teens like to talk about. And so, as well as young adults. And so we have, like Janita said, the relationship topic is that was one of the first ones that everyone wanted to talk about. Social media, TikTok has become a really big hit. So I know that they want to talk about social media, especially TikTok. We do have some foodies in the group that love different foods. They love different cuisines. Some of them have traveled to England and they love drinking tea. And so we just have a really wide variety of youth, young adults, teens that are going to be joining us. And so fashion is another thing, sports. We're really just broadening it to what they want to talk about. And then just kind of going from there. So I'm sure there'll be a lot more hot topics, but those are just a few that we've talked about so far.
That's outstanding. Well, ladies, thank you so much for coming on to Community Connections and cluing our audience into the Hot Topics Online show. How does, if somebody wants to watch, if somebody would like to get in touch with you maybe and engage and sit on your panel and participate, how do they get in touch with you?
Sure. We have a flyer we can actually give to you after this, but we also have, you can reach out to us via our emails, because you do have to register through Zoom for it, because due to some of the content, we do want to make sure that everybody, has parental permission for the ones that are under 18 for some of the topics that we may discuss.
Of course.
I can give my email. It is Janita, it's JERN as in Nancy, ITA.Smith@fairfaxcounty.gov.
Mm-hmm.
And Lindsay can give her email.
Sure. My email is my name. So Lindsay, LYNDZEY.Elliott, ELLIOTT @fairfaxcounty.gov.
Excellent. And back to the question of how do they watch the show? You say you got to register through Zoom. So is this available at the NCS Connect's website? How do people log in and see this? Where do they find you?
Oh yeah, we have a flyer. We do need to get with the people from NCS so we can actually put it on the NCS Connect site. But they just click the link and register, and they can watch every Thursday at 6:00.
Okay, so they'll go to the NCS Connect's site and find you there. Okay, we'll put that URL.
Yes, they can. And if they can't, they can email us, definitely.
Excellent, excellent. Well, hey, thanks so much for doing this. Hot Topics, check them out at NCS Connects. Janita and Lindsay, thanks so much for what you're doing and for not just the youth, but our entire community. Hopefully this is something that we can get all ages behind and build some bridges in the community as well and come to better understanding, So yes. I really appreciate what you're doing. Thanks so much for coming on to Community Connections and telling us about your project.
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. Take care.